Tim, I've got breaking news. Breaking news for you.
Adam, you're an idiot.
Why?
Because the last time you said you had breaking news,
Yes.
you said it was about who shot John E. Bravo. Which I repeat again, who cares?
I mean, fair enough. But this one you're going to love.
I doubt it.
You're going to love it. Picture this. AEW Full Gear. Justin Roberts. A light shines upon him. He brings the microphone up to his mouth and he introduces. Now coming to the ring, the AEW TNT champion, Cody Rhodes.
They dropped the Rhodes. It's just Cody in AEW. It's been this way for a while now.
No, the WWE have dropped their claim on the trademark for Cody Rhodes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's time for a brand new episode of As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam.
I'm Tim.
And this week we got predictions. Only two predictions, really. There's only two.
You get some predictions. Everybody's getting predictions.
Exactly.
And it feels like that, especially if you decide to do Impact's turning point next week.
Holy crap.
Which we're not. We're not.
Look, even we have to set limits.
It's Impact. We only care about their big stuff.
Exactly.
And even then we don't really care. It's just because it's like, it's Bound for Glory. Let's do it.
Yeah, why not?
And it's more of the, it's Bound for Glory.
It's Slammiversary. Let's do it.
It's more out of the fact that we still have a fond memory of Impact back when it was actually good.
Yeah.
In TNA. Before Hogan came in and then Dixie's further fucked it up after they disappeared.
Before John E. Bravo got shot at his own wedding.
And no one cares. But
it's really good. I like the fact that they are swerving right into the soap opera.
It's so stupid. But
Tommy Dreamer was so believable with his no.
So stupid.
It is. It's great.
Whatever.
But yeah, we've got to go over Full Gear.
Yep.
And New Japan Pro Wrestling's Power Struggle.
Let's do that one first.
Okay, all right.
Then we got some news, and then if we have to fill time, which we keep saying we're going to have to fill time, but somehow we
never have to fill time.
We seem to linger long enough on at least one story that we get our full podcast.
Probably.
But I have something I'm going to pull out of my ass to talk about.
Please leave it in there. I don't want to see it.
It really wants to come out, though.
No. Go to the bathroom if you have to, then.
It's going to come out. I'm going to smear it all over your face.
Oh, God, you're disgusting. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so first off, I have a question for you.
What? Before we get into the predictions?
Yeah, who's the predictions champion? Because we went over Bound for Glory.
Oh, yeah.
But we didn't actually figure out who actually was the champion when we did that.
You know what? It's currently not being held.
Fine with me, because I
forgot.
I don't remember who. How.
We have it written down somewhere, and I don't have the motivation to even try to look it up right now.
Yeah, so it's just being held up. It's vacant.
Yes.
Vacant has once again captured the predictions championship.
Out of apathy.
And once again, we'll immediately lose it on Saturday.
Okay. All right. Yes. On Saturday, we've got two shows. And the first show is going to be New Japan Pro Wrestling's Power Struggle.
Yes.
And we've got 6 matches on this card. So, I mean, it's not going to be, Wrestle Kingdom or Dominion level long. But, I'm definitely watching this one. I am going out of my way to find this one.
There may be one more match probably added between here and Saturday.
It might even be during Saturday.
Well, it'll be done by Saturday.
Well, yes, but there Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, it isn't a big deal if they add one more match, but 6 matches is actually pretty good from what they have, it looks like, on the card.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. So, kicking off the show, we have a no corner pads match for the provisional KOPW, the King of Pro Wrestling 2020 trophy. So we're defending this trophy, which currently the champion is Toru Yano.
Yep.
And he'll be facing Zack Sabre Jr. for this.
Yes, he will be.
I gotta get you hem and haw for a second.
I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't know, like, I could see them giving it to Zack Sabre Jr., but what was the point of putting it on Tomoyumo?
I mean, he is technically a comedy wrestler.
I know.
And most of the comedy is you lost to him. At the same time, dude, you lost to him. You're in the record book.
So it's one of those things where we're like, will they do this? But if they're not, why did they put it on him just for the start and take it away at his first defense?
Yeah, who knows?
So I'm gonna go with Toru Omo, or
Okay.
whatever his name is.
Toru Yano?
Yeah, Toru Yano.
Okay. Now we're gonna have to decipher this again next week.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next up. Oh, sorry, I didn't say mine. Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, I figured you'd go with that one. I'm thinking it probably they may do Zack Sabre Jr., but if you're gonna do this, like if he's the whole thing, why not just keep it for a while? Like, here's the thing I would do with this: I'd have him retain every single one, and right before he's about to be crowned the official,
yeah.
he drops it to someone else.
Ooh.
He loses it.
You know what? In that case, I find that funny enough that, yeah, it'll work for him. So I'm changing my prediction officially.
God damn it.
It's Toru Yano.
You gotta have like this official lock-in process. Usually, I'm officially locking this in. You can't change it. Then I'll just say my thing, and then you're like, I should change it. And I'm like, nope, you locked it in.
Nope, that's
Can't
why
do-
I'm going first this time.
Oh, okay.
If I go first, I can't go back on it.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, I could still go back on mine if I wanted to, but
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to.
Next up, we have a singles match for the Never Openweight Championship. Minoru Suzuki versus Shingo Takagi.
Who's the champion?
Minoru Suzuki.
That's right. I forgot. Minoru Suzuki.
What was that?
This is why I don't
You-
pronounce. That's why I don't say names.
You could just say Suzuki.
I know. Suzuki.
Okay. Oh.
And once again, I stole it from Adam because you were supposed to go first.
Yes, I was. You just jumped right in there. You know that I'm putting down Minoru Suzuki as well.
Yes, I do. So I think this is going to be like one of those where one of us is going to pick one who we think is going to win. Someone will say something and get the other one to change, and it's just going to be a tie because it won't matter.
Well, I mean, we have a couple of other matches that
Yes, we could probably disagree on.
that we will definitely be.
All right, moving on.
All right. Next up, we have a singles match. It is Kazuchika Okada versus the Great Okan. Khan is new and he just came back.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Khan because I think they're going to... because he attacked... He's coming back. They want to clearly do something with him.
Yep.
He also started teaming with Will Ospreay.
Yep.
So I think that's the safe move. I think Will Ospreay will probably end up helping cost.
Yes.
Um,
That's what I was thinking.
so
I was thinking that Ospreay is going to get himself involved in this match in some
Yeah.
way.
I'm already seeing at Wrestle Kingdom it's going to be Okada and Will Ospreay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I can see that being.
Oh my God, that's good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta go to the bathroom for a second.
Yeah. Fix your pants.
Yes, they're getting tight. They're getting tight right now. Okay.
Well, at least you don't have to change them yet.
No. I do like the idea of Okada winning here clean.
So yeah. But who knows?
But Will still getting himself involved in the match,
Who knows?
especially after the match.
Yeah, I can see definitely.
Like
after
Khan
match.
gives Okada enough of a trouble that Okada is winded
Yeah.
at the end of the match, and Will just out of nowhere.
His death chop to the back of the head.
Yes,
I don't remember what he calls that.
I forget exactly, but that is always a sick move.
Yeah. So who are you putting down? You going Khan or Okada.
I'm going Okada.
Okay.
I am going Okada in this one.
I could see it too, but like I think I can just see them doing Will Ospreay.
I like the idea of Okada continuing to be, I'm the big guy in this company. Mm-hmm. And yes, you helped out Will last week, the last time.
Yeah.
And even if Will gets they wouldn't have Will interfere in the match itself, actually get involved.
Well, why not? Khan did for Will.
That's true.
It'll be interesting to see, but it's going to lead. They're rebuilding up to a big
yes
matchup for.
It's going to be Okada and Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom. It's going to be great. All right.
Yes.
Next up after that one, we have a singles match for the IWGP United States Championship Challenge Rights Certificate.
Yes.
That's a lot of words.
I know.
And it's Kenta versus Hiroshi Tanahashi.
I'm going with Kenta.
You are going with Kenta.
I think I know a lot of people were saying Tanahashi. People would say that's a better matchup between Moxley, which is a good matchup. But I think they want Kenta because Kenta actually apparently lives in the United States.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he can be used when they're here.
Yeah.
And because he lives in the United States, they could actually be the first non-American to hold the United States Championship.
Yes.
Yes, I'm going there. I'm doing that again.
I don't even think Jay White's from the U.S.
First non-American.
Kenny Omega, the first one to hold the belt. He's Canadian.
He's from North America. He's American.
Yeah, Jay White's from New Zealand.
Nope. He's first non-American.
God damn. What you mean to say is first non-white guy?
Nope. First non-American.
I think actually Moxley is the first American to hold the belt.
Nope. First non-American.
All right.
I'm going with it. But I think that's what they're going to be doing because even if you did the matchup with Tanahashi, you want to get that belt off of Moxley.
Yeah.
Because he can't right now with transfer restrictions. He's not going to be going over to Japan. So the goal is to get that belt off him as fast as you can. So
I'm going with Hiroshi Tanahashi.
I figured that.
The reason that I'm going with Tanahashi is I kind of feel that he's in that Twilight. Let's do a quick victory lap and put some belts on him. Mm-hmm. Because the weird part is he's only 44.
I know.
So 44, 45. And so at the same time, that's that age that you have to do that quick lap. Cause you're if we're going to have this guy be the guy who's held every belt at least once,
yeah,
we have to start putting belts on him now. Especially when there's a few belts that he hasn't held. So yeah, I am going with Tanahashi on this one. Okay. I'm doing it. I wouldn't mind seeing him, carry the U.S. Championship for a while. And I kind of I want to see him and Moxley.
He's 43, by the way.
43.
So.
Oh, he's turning 44.
So we'll definitely get that matchup at some point. But I think Kenta's the better one because he lives in the U.S. And
it's going to be close to his birthday. Tanahashi, you gotta celebrate the man. He's a legend in the system, and
No, you lose on your birthday. Remember, this is a WWE law.
It's not. This is New Japan.
Everyone must follow WWE rules.
Doesn't work that way.
Losing your hometown and losing your birthday. So
yeah, can't win in your hometown. Can't never win on your birthday. All right. The next match that we have here is a singles match for the Tokyo Dome IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championships Challenge Rights Certificate.
And you thought the United States one was so
There's so many words in there. But this one we have Kota Ibushi versus Jay White.
Kota Ibushi.
I am agreeing with you.
I figured that much.
But the idea of Jay White facing off against either Evil or Naito, I like that idea as
Well,
well.
we're getting Evil and Naito, Evil and Jay White at Wrestle Kingdom
Yes.
because they've been feuding over the Bullet Club.
Oh yeah.
Because one of the things matches up for the G1.
But will the belts be involved?
No, they won't be.
They won't be.
No, they're gonna.
Ibushi versus Naito again at Wrestle Kingdom?
Yes.
Frick, yeah.
But here's the reason why. Because
Kabushi. Kota
Ibushi is been beating people with their own style.
Yes.
So that's the story. Like his whole thing for G1. That's how he'll go in to beat Naito. So, but anyway, we'll get that because one of the things that they've been doing is fighting over the Bullet Club. Was Jay White came out? He didn't even come out like in his ring gear for a match for this G1, and like they had a deal for a Bullet Club member to lay down.
Yeah.
Every time he laid down, he would kick out. It's like I'm sorry, I used to do it.
Jay White would keep.
No. Jay White was getting the pin.
Oh.
And then he kept kicking out, but then the guy turned it around, like tried to pin him. Jay White eventually got the win.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, Evil got to him. Evil got to. So it's like
there's another split in the Bullet Club.
This one is another member of the Bullet Club who's siding with Evil over Jay White. So I can see them at Wrestle Kingdom. The matchup would be the winner of Evil and Jay White is the leader of the Bullet Club.
Who will come out with Jay White?
And whoever doesn't. And here's the thing I would do is like whoever loses is out of the Bullet Club.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Which should be Jay White being ejected from the Bullet Club.
I don't know.
And starting his own official faction.
Oh yeah. The Blades.
Something like that. But we'll see. What's next?
And the final match, the main event. It is a singles match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Tetsuya Naito taking on Evil.
Naito.
That's my answer as well. I am also going with Naito on this one because having him versus Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom will be amazing.
Yes.
And Jay White and Evil, I want to see. You know what I would love to see? Mm-hmm. Jay White has a couple members.
Yeah.
But it does not include Bad Luck Fale or God. Tamatonga and Tongaloa are not with him. They're also not behind Evil. Because to them, they're the OGs.
See,
you guys figure stuff out. We're over here. We're Bullet Club either way.
See, I'd love to see Fale just finally step up and go like,
I'm actually in charge here.
Fuck you. I mean, I've been here from the beginning. And
Literally day one.
I never took the leadership because I didn't want it. But we've had too many goddamn people come in, be leader, and leave who are leaders. So you know what? I'm never going to leave. So here's what. You're both out. I'm the leader now.
1 year later, dissolves the Bullet Club. He's like, there is no Bullet Club. You're like, all right, fine.
So, but yeah, it's gonna be Naito.
Okay.
If they were gonna put the belts back on Evil, they never would have taken them off.
No. I liked the idea that Evil got the belts for a moment.
I think he should have never lost them personally, just because if you put him on him, he should be the one defending them at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah,
personally.
But Naito can come back.
I think Naito and Kota Ibushi is a better matchup.
Yes.
Especially, because of what Kota Ibushi's storyline was.
Right.
And he was in a different bracket than Naito. So he didn't get to beat Naito with his own style. So now he has to do that at Wrestle Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would do. So, but again, it is what it is. But we'll see.
All right. Now it's on to Full Gear.
This is going to take about 62 minutes.
I mean, we can do that.
And just rush through the news because, it's
news?
It's just news.
We don't need to do that. I mean, what news? What are we going to talk about? Anyway, all right, let's kick things off. Now, this card is probably going to change as things go along because clearly the number one is not going to be the kickoff.
No. And the main event is in number 4. It's number 4.
Yeah, definitely not number 8 right now, because that would be hilarious.
Yeah. The main event: John Silver and Orange Cassidy. Yes. By the way, this has officially been made on the main card.
Yes.
We were actually talking before we recorded when this news dropped, and I was like, "Hey, Adam, I got some good news for you. Make you happy." He's like, "What?"
What?
Orange Cassidy versus 4 John Silver is on the main card. He's like, "Yes,
Yes. Claw. Dark Order.
And I'm sorry, Adam. No, it was not because of John Silver. It's all because of Orange Cassidy.
It's all because of the John Silver.
No, it's not.
That man is amazing.
No,
He's the greatest wrestler who has ever lived.
Really?
Ever.
Better than Kenny Omega.
Better than Bret Hart.
Better than Hulk Hogan. Really?
I think everyone is.
Better than Sting.
He would make Sting tap out.
You're an idiot.
Just by staring at him and flexing.
Sure.
And Sting would be like, look, I gotta go. I'm sorry, this is too much for me. Anyway, the first match that we have on this card, according to Wikipedia, is for the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament Final Match. The winner receives a future AEW Championship match. This is Hangman Adam Page taking on Kenny Omega.
You messed that up.
Sorry.
It's Hangman Adam Page versus the cleaner Kenny Omega.
Best bout machine. Machine.
But this is Kenny Omega.
It's
Kenny
I
Omega.
want to say Page.
I know you do.
I want to say Page.
But the money match is not Moxley versus
Page. No.
No.
The money match actually is Omega versus Page.
No.
Later on down the line when we do it for the belt.
Yes.
Here it's gonna be two old friends putting themselves like this might be match of the night.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Or most brutal match of the night, which is weird because there's an I Quit match on this card.
Oh no, this is not gonna be the most brutal. This is gonna be the best match of the night, for hands down.
I don't know about
if it's not, I'll be surprised. There's only one other matchup I could think of possibly that could somehow squeak out best bout, and it's a sleeper. This is not who you think I'm gonna be talking about. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. When we get to that matchup, I'll tell you it. But
it's got John Silver in it. I know
it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No.
But yes, I am also putting down Cody.
Cody.
Yeah, Cody. Out of nowhere with a steel chair.
Well, he's decided to break his promise to never challenge for the title ever again.
Immediately, just over a year later, breaks the challenge. It drops the TNT belt. Literally, just walks out, hits Kenny with it. Hits Page with it, pins both of them, picks up the TNT championship, and throws it into the audience and walks away.
Throws it into the garbage can.
Yes, on his own show. This is trash. The network's like, not cool, dude.
Oh, by the way, there's
I'm choosing Kenny Omega here.
There's a version of that belt where they have the TNT logo that has like a world in the blank silver part.
Okay.
It actually makes it look a lot better.
Cool.
This is what the belt should look like because like it's actually an image that someone did for Total Extreme Wrestling, and I actually put that as the championship belt because I was just like, it looks so much better.
To you, it
looks so much better. Trust me, like if you saw
look,
you like
man, that's like just your opinion, okay?
No, trust me, if you saw you like no, it looks better.
All right, next up, we have a singles match for the AEW TNT Championship.
Was your last pick supposed to be for this one here?
No. Yeah, what? No. This is Cody with Arn Anderson taking on Darby Allin.
Bro, you messed that one up again.
Darby Allin?
No, it's Cody Rhodes.
No. I'm reading this right here. It just says Cody.
Yes, because it hasn't been updated for his trademark dispute. I know.
Right? It's just Cody.
The whole cold opener was about this thing, Cody Rhodes. You made a big deal.
The what?
You made a big deal about it being greatest news ever.
The what? There's something that happens before the intro music?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about. Huge rumor for this match that Darby is getting a coach / manager. I like the idea of coaches a lot more.
Depending on who you're doing, what you're going, what
Who
we're
you're
doing with it.
I mean,
No, what you're doing with it. A coach is something I'm coaching you.
Arn Anderson's been doing that.
Yes. Or Taz is a manager.
Yeah,
He's
Taz is a manager.
Meaning you had.
What about Tully?
See, he's managing.
He's managing.
Cause he's managing. My thing. A manager is someone who's managing multiple people.
Okay, in that case,
coaches can have multiple people, but more likely they're gonna be sticking with one person.
Right. In that case, I really think that Sting would be a better coach.
Yeah.
Than an actual manager.
So the rumor is Sting is gonna make his AEW debut.
The Stinger.
And this is not necessarily because this is why WWE pulled all of his merchandise.
I mean, it totally could be.
No, because the rumor is not the rumor, but what has been reportedly said a lot of times is when you have a Legends deal and it expires and a new deal has not been signed, WWE has about 6 months of time frame where they have to pull all merchandise because it allows them to sell off what they have.
Right.
Which is why you'll eventually see big sales go on these ones because they can get rid of it as much as they can.
You know.
And so, but it could also be one of the reasons why. But
Yeah.
There's been no confirm on this overall. But yeah, so going here, we have Cody defending against Darby Allin, and this is where they need to pull the trigger on Allin.
Yes, they do. Totally need to pull it on Allin here.
This is the time to. I mean, I know Cody just got the belt back, but
Doesn't matter.
This is the time to put the belt on Allin.
Yeah.
Because you've spent a year building him up, and you have to pull the trigger on him. If you don't pull it here, you're actually going to hurt him by having him lose. Even no matter what you do to try to protect him in defeat,
Oh, yeah.
it's going to hurt him overall. Maybe not like WWE hurt,
No.
but it's still going to take him back down a notch, and that's not what he needs.
Cody and Darby have already had a second match,
They've
right?
had 4 matches.
This will be 4.
This would be 4.
Okay.
Because they did the time limit draw, and
Yep.
Cody's beaten him twice since. But like one of the last matches like they had, Allin basically won it, but Cody used his experience to turn the coffin drop after getting hit into a roll-up.
Yeah.
So it's time to actually have him get that victory and take the belt. Because this is what the whole reason why you brought in a secondary title
Yes.
was for your mid-card.
Exactly.
So they have something to fight over because you need to give them something to fight over to prepare them for the main event. I have wanted to have a conversation, and we'll eventually have this conversation because we're not going to do it right now, but about the difference between why it's a bad thing to be labeled mid-card in WWE, and if you go anywhere else, it's a fine thing.
Yeah.
Because mid-card is actually not looked upon that, oh, you're just a mid-card guy, you're never going to go anywhere else. If you get over, they will push you.
Exactly. It's all about getting over organically.
Yes. So, and this is if you want Darby Allin to catch fire. He's already caught fire, but you want him to catch even more fire.
Right here.
This is how you do it. Yes, the better thing would have been to wait for him to have more people in the crowd.
Of course.
But you already have some people.
Yeah, you have enough.
There, it's the time to pull the trigger on him because can you just hear the reaction that this would get if him walking out new TNT champion?
Yes.
Because this would add fire to his feud with Ricky Starks he's been having on.
Yes.
Who feels he should be in that spot. It would add fire to when they finally pull the trigger and go with Brian Cage, which they've been lingering in. I think they decided it may not be a good idea because of the size difference. And like, how can Darby ever win? You can do it.
That story has also been told with Rey Mysterio and
Exactly.
Big Show / The Giant.
And Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton.
Really, the better, weird. Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
The better Rey Mysterio matches with the Giant or with Big Show was in WCW when the Giant was green as fuck, which means that Rey Mysterio can carry somebody in a match that he physically couldn't carry.
Yeah. But this would be the time. It just adds more stakes to the those feuds and any other feuds going forward.
Yeah.
Can you just imagine when we actually finally have
Sammy Guevara?
Yes, when we redo that Sammy Guevara feud again.
Yep.
Orange Cassidy gets in that mix with Darby Allin.
Really make the TNT title like the mid-card title.
Yeah, and as long
John Silver in there.
as much as I like the idea of long title runs, like Cody's whole run as long as he held it for,
Yep.
was actually a good thing for the first run.
Yes.
Yes, I do think what's his name? Dark Order head. Cannot think. Brody Lee. Cannot think of his name at the moment.
I was letting you get there.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna jump in on you.
Brody Lee should have held it longer.
Oh, yeah.
The rumor was he was never supposed to win it in the first place. But
I like the idea of him having it for a bit.
yeah, he should have had a little bit longer. Even if he had 2-3 more weeks would have been better.
For me, if you're going to have an interchangeable, a title move between a couple of people, there's only, for me, 2 ways of telling that story.
Okay.
One, all of them are basically equal to each other
Yep.
in power level.
Yep.
Or one of them, it's their belt. It keeps coming back around to them over and over again. And that sometimes, the opponent gets that first win over them, but they don't get a second one.
Yes. There's other ways to go about that one. Because most of the time you'll see that story is usually told only between 2 people. It's better when you have like 3 to 4 people.
Yes.
Because that's your mid-card story for a year.
Yeah.
Right there. And yes, you're not having the title constantly. You can have it stay with someone for a few weeks, and then you put it on someone for a month, and then they have some different feuds in between there.
Yeah.
And it goes there. But it's a great thing to have some smaller, shorter title defenses because it shows that these guys are so good. That they can.
Like the tag team championships in the late 90s.
Yes.
Where you're like, no, we got 3 teams that all 3 of these teams should be holding the belts at the same time, but we can't do that.
All the runs seemed like a legit, a long enough run for the team at the time.
Looking back on that, though, you're like, well, that one was 2 months, and that one was 4, and that one was a month.
Which is, when you look back at it, it's like, yeah, I mean, that was not enough time. No, when you actually dive into the story that they were telling,
oh yeah,
it works.
Yeah, they basically had a rock paper scissors level of, like, it was the Hardys could beat the team the Dudleys. The Dudleys could beat Christian and Edge. Christian and Edge could beat the Hardys, and that's how they would work. But it wasn't exactly like that.
It was actually almost the exact opposite. It was the Hardys can beat Edge and Christian. Edge and Christian beats the Hardys, the Dudleys, and the Dudleys can beat the Hardys.
Yeah, and it was just, that's how it worked.
Except for then you had the rule breaking rule of Edge and Christian can beat anyone in a ladders and tables, ladders, and chairs match.
Yes. Oh, and the Hardys could always win an extreme, no, because the tables match was both of them.
Yeah, it was just like Edge and Christian, tables, ladders, and chairs. Nope.
Yep,
they win.
It's theirs.
It's theirs. They just won. That's basically what it came down to.
What kind of match is it? Oh, it's a TLC match. Edge and Christian are retaining.
Or they're winning it. They're winning it back.
So who are we going with on Darby Allin?
Darby.
You're going Darby.
We just spent this entire time talking about Darby Allin.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with Cody.
I'm going with Cody.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if they go with that, but it's
I got a great twist for you.
What's that?
The guy that's been feuding with Darby. Why am I forgetting his name right now?
Brian Cage?
No, not Cage.
Ricky Starks?
Starks actually comes out and attacks Darby, giving, actually shit, that would give that, but Darby gets the win. Cody gets to keep the championship.
You're doing the WWE thing.
I know,
a company does not do disqualifications like that.
I know, but I like it.
I do too on occasion. But they're so good. AEW is so dead against it because that's what WCW did on a regular basis.
Oh, yeah. It was ridiculous how much they did that. I know,
because it literally just finished Nitro 96 and all the pay-per-views of 96.
Ugh, I'm sorry.
Actually, this was actually still when it was decent. Like, all the matches in the storytelling, yes, but the thing is, they were smart of using those continued storylines. But it was because they were doing
just false finish.
Well, here's also the reason. It was the first time you were actually starting to see these big name talents facing another big name talent on TV when that was usually saved for a pay-per-view. You'd build up to those. You wouldn't see these guys face off until the main card.
But they had so many big names.
Well, no, because it was a way to counteract WWE, who was doing that still.
Oh, yeah.
So they said, like Bischoff said, let's just start putting these guys against each other. But you can't hurt, if we keep having these wins and losses, beating these people all the time without a clean finish, it's going to hurt people, and we don't want that. So, they were smart about to help further feuds, but when you look back on it, it's just like
nothing got solved ever.
It was very clear, watching it again, it was very clear they hadn't figured out how to do that kind of big name talent on a weekly basis where you can still have people.
Yeah.
Because you had names for like the Steiners, Harlem Heat, the Nasty Boys, who were all like big names who you couldn't like say they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Where AEW has, these are big names, but it's a clear pecking order. You can hire and lower people as you need them.
Right.
None of those teams were going to do that.
Okay. All right. So I'm taking Cody.
Oh, by the way, this is my match of the night. No, this is not my sleeper match of the night. My bad.
Okay.
The Cody and Darby. That was not the one. We haven't gotten to the one I.
All right.
Yeah.
So next up, we've got a tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. And if the Young Bucks lose, they will never challenge for the AEW World Tag Team Championship again.
So we're continuing this thing for Full Gear. Now, Cody last year, Young Bucks this year, Kenny next year?
Yeah, well, I think Kenny, it'll be next year. So it's FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Darks Harwood.
Dax.
I like Darks. Darks.
I want to know where you're getting that R in there.
He's Darks Harwood. With Tully Blanchard versus the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson.
I think people know who the Young Bucks are.
You never know. It's like,
I'm pretty sure our 3 people who listen to our podcast know who the Young Bucks are.
Do you guys? Do you?
Yes.
They're like, it's new to me.
I've been listening to every one of your podcasts, and I've never heard
heard them before.
Never heard you guys ever mention them, including your.
What's this, AEW?
Yeah, exactly. By the way, this is not my sleeper.
No.
It could be, but I don't think it's not my sleeper match of the night. A lot of people are not happy with the build for this match.
It
feels,
it's been built for so long.
It feels like because the build wasn't that good, because even FTR have come out and said that they're not happy with the build to this feud.
Yeah.
This is matchup. And can you blame them? The feud to the tag team title win at All Out had a better build.
Yeah.
It's the reason why in my fantasy booking that just went up for All Out today as
on
we're
Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
When it was supposed to go up 2 weeks ago.
I don't know what you're talking about. It is exactly when I planned it to come out on.
It's been 2 weeks, dude.
I know what you're talking about. So I have them facing off at All Out versus at Full Gear, because what they were doing fell more in line to facing each other.
Yeah.
They did a good job of twisting it into a title defense and win for FTR.
Mm-hmm.
It worked out well, but everything they were doing beforehand was seeming like they were going for FTR and Young Bucks at All Out.
Yeah.
So it just kind of feels like the Young Bucks added this on there to kind of add some stakes to it, almost to the point where you have to have the Young Bucks win it, or what's the point of doing this? Yes, you could say they can later down the line we can do we're heels now, we're EPs, we don't care anymore. But that's
kind of what they're doing right now.
But the same thing is what you got to do with Cody when eventually you want to crown him.
Unless you have somebody specifically call him out.
Unless, I do like your idea, like you said, like, what do we have to do to win this? Oh, wait, this wasn't you. You didn't say that.
No.
This was on Wrestle Talk. My bad.
Wow. You mixed me up with famous YouTube wrestling channel, Wrestle Talk? Thank you.
I would not necessarily call them famous.
I mean, they are world famous.
I wouldn't necessarily call
on
them
YouTube.
I wouldn't necessarily call them famous. But yeah, 'cause
They have more fans than us. They are famous.
well, I have more fans than you, so
Do you?
how do you know?
I mean, I can look at your stats right now.
I didn't say anything on YouTube. I never said just on YouTube. I said overall.
And
Anyway, but it's like the one thing that they said was you could do is like if they did lose, it's like what do we have to do to be able to win, challenge for the belts again?
yeah,
We're run a gauntlet to be able to do this. You name it,
like,
we will.
we really didn't think we were gonna lose.
Yeah.
That's why we put the stipulation on there.
Okay, so what do we have to do to be able to get this title opportunity back again? Like to be able to challenge for it again. I like that if they did that, but this one's a tough one. Adam, I'm gonna let you go on this one.
You're gonna let me go first?
Yeah.
Because mine's very, very easy.
The Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks win here.
I think it's a mistake if they do.
And the Young Bucks win here by separating FTR.
It's possible. I want to go FTR so bad, but I just...
Oh, most of it is also an attack before the bell.
You know what? Because I had the feeling the Young Bucks are gonna win here. I could see them doing that just to do it. Because I think a good story would be them winning it back from the Young Bucks.
Yeah, the heel Young Bucks.
No. Because there's rumors like people were talking about what would be a better stable of FTR and Kenny.
FTR and Kenny are not getting together. No.
That's what Wrestle Talk was.
Oh my God.
Was booking. It's like they could see. Yes, they took it for the title, but they could see like him being like, well, okay, that was just one match and you won, great. But you know what? I can respect you and align himself because he's now the cleaner.
No, it's going to be heel Kenny and heel Young Bucks getting back together and being like, you remember the good old days of doing whatever we wanted? Well, let's do it again, and we're in charge.
Well, the point was when he left after All Out was you get in that car with me or you're not with me. And they didn't get in the car.
Yeah, they've been...
I know. But that's being the elite, and I don't count that as... Cause it's not.
It's canon, it's not.
I don't care if it's not on TV, national television. I don't count it.
So you don't count Brandon Cutler's first win?
Nope.
How dare you take that away from him? He worked so hard at losing to get that. He lost for over a year, man.
Well, Kurt Hawkins lost longer, so
yes,
fuck Brandon Cutler.
That's very true.
I'm gonna go with FTR on this one.
FTR. Fuck the Revival.
Because I think FTR, if they won and the Young Bucks couldn't challenge for the belts, they can hold that over them.
That's true.
No, one thing I'd love to see them say is like it says never challenge for the World Tag Team titles again. I'd love to say like when they want to put the belts on them, they're like, yeah, we said that, but the contract it said as long as FTR had the belts.
Or even better, as EVPs, they renamed the title. They're like, no, it was the AEW World Tag Team Championship. We've changed it to the
AEW Tag Team Championships.
AEW Elite Tag Team Championships. So, yeah, we can challenge for those. And literally, it's like the next Wednesday.
Renaming you just rename it to AEW Tag Team Championships.
Yeah,
because All Elite Wrestling Elite Tag Team Championships.
Elite Universal World Tag Team. They purposely start throwing extra names on. It's the Northeast Atlantic Coast Championship Wrestling Tag Team Championships of the universe's world.
So you know what they do? They rename it the AEW World Tag Team Heavyweight Championship.
Yes.
And so they add the heavyweight in there. And as soon as and then they win them, that they remove the heavyweight. It's like, well, we couldn't challenge from winning this before, but now that we own them,
we can change the name.
We just changed it back, and because we now own them, we can actually hold them again.
Yeah, we can
if we lose them, we can challenge them again.
We're not challenging for them because we have them.
Yeah. But Yeah, I'm gonna go with FTR.
Okay.
Just because one, it gives me one more against you, and if they do have to decide to go with FTR, I can say yes. And even though I have said, I feel like I'm wrong. Well, I get it wrong. It's one wrong, but I can also say I did say I thought they could pull the trigger on the Young Bucks here.
All right.
I would still give me a loss for that match. But I don't know. It's one of those where they could go either way.
Next up, we're on the fourth match of this card,
Which
out
is gonna
of
be the
8.
Which is going to be the main event of the card.
And your joke of going an hour might come true.
Well, I knew we were going to talk about Darby Allin for a while.
So, the next match is an I Quit match for the AEW World Championship, where Jon Moxley will be taking on Eddie Kingston.
Yes, and this will be the main event.
This, when I'm saying that Paige and Omega will be, like, brutal, it'll be two people trying to, like, end each other level brutal without weapons or anything like that. It's just going to be two dudes hitting. It's going to be a New Japan match. It's going to be two dudes hitting each other.
Well, yeah, it's going to be people like that, but it's not going to be two dudes trying to end each other's career because Hangman doesn't want to end Kenny's career.
Well, see, that's going to be the problem, is that to end the match, he might have to reach that level.
See, I mean, I think that could be part of the story that they tell, but I don't think they're going to be going there. It's going to be...
Like, he's got to find something beyond just the buckshot lariat. He's got to give it a little extra. He's got to find the Super Saiyan buckshot lariat.
If they go with the way to beat Kenny Omega is with the Deadeye, reverse tombstone, I'm going to be pissed because that's a stupid finisher. I was so glad when they changed it to the buckshot lariat. And it's such a better finisher for him. Especially how he comes off that spring over the top rope into the lariat.
Yeah.
It was just the smartest move for him that to become his finisher. Because that buckshot lariat, it was just...
But the tombstone also takes out Kenny. That has been Kenny's finish, a finish to Kenny a lot.
Yes, but I don't like... Then do a normal fucking tombstone. Don't do it from behind. It looks stupid.
Oh no, I've got an even better. Paige wins with the Rainmaker.
That'd be funny.
Just like out of the blue, wraps him up from behind, spits him out, and like Kenny realizes as he gets to full extension what's happening, and the look of surprise on his face because he can't do anything about it. He's just like, what? And just, I'm sorry. I love you. Boom!
You just want that. You just want everyone to do that.
It's a great way to finish a match. I'm sorry. I love you.
See, I'd love to see, like, they whip out Kenny. He's like, oh, shit. And he just collapses. Just like Omega.
Tries to collapse and just...
His forehead gets hit.
No, like Paige just watches him do it. He's like, what are you doing? Stands him back up, hits him with it finally. Like, oh.
No, it would be fun to see him try to do the buckshot on the Rainmaker. And once again, Kenny just drops and misses.
No, here it is. Goes for the Rainmaker. Kenny drops. It misses. Paige continues, goes over the ropes, catches himself, turns around, does the buckshot as Kenny's like, haha, I outthought you, and turns around, and there's Adam going, let's do this.
Well, that would be the finish when he actually wins the belt off of Kenny,
yeah.
not this. But let's talk about this I Quit match.
Yes.
So this is going to be Jon Moxley.
Damn, yeah, I know.
I
was hoping you would just suddenly be like, you know what? Eddie Kingston. Let's do this.
I'm not the biggest fan of Eddie Kingston. I think he provides a spot for AEW. He does great things. His promos are excellent.
They are fire.
But
the man can promo anything.
The guy is I hate to say this to anyone, but he's TNT championship material.
Yes.
I could be proven wrong. I'm not so down. Like, I'm dead certain that he will never go anywhere above.
No.
That he'll never hold the AEW World Title. He definitely will not be holding it now.
Not right now.
But I mean, he could prove his way on it. I haven't seen enough of his work to make that opinion locked into the mid card. But for me, he feels mid card.
Yeah. For now.
They're doing an excellent job to make this match a main event, and him being worthy of it. I never got eliminated from the Battle Royale.
Yep.
I never quit when he a few weeks ago on Dynamite when he had a title shot.
Yep.
It was a stoppage. Yes, that requires for a rematch of this caliber of an I
Quit
and
match.
putting the world title on it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I buy into that. And I'm okay with that being the main event.
I also like the fact that Moxley's character has been, look, I will take on anyone. I don't care. Put anybody on the other side of that ring from me. And they're the ones who keep putting like all of these extra, like Moxley's like, I'm not telling you that this has to be an I Quit match. I'll take a standard pin count, whatever. Oh, the powers that be want this to be an I Quit match because you keep saying that you haven't quit yet.
Yeah.
Fine. I will make you quit.
Yeah. So it will be interesting to see how this all plays out. This will be a violent fest because they're both there.
I like that about Moxley. Moxley's like he's the guy who came in and was just like, look, I'm going to bring a level of violence to this company that you haven't seen.
Oh, by the way, I finally did see the unsanctioned matchup between the Kenny and John Moxley. People were blowing that way out of proportion. The worst spot is the
yes
barbed wire bed that they suplex each other. Kenny gets suplexes Moxley onto, I believe.
I don't feel that's for me. It's the exposed planks later on.
No, because Bully Ray did that in TNA.
Yeah, but
Sting.
I feel that was their most violent moment for them in that match.
No, I thought it was.
But overall, two dudes.
Because you literally had to stop the match to get them out of there.
That's true. Even though there really wasn't much of any barbed wire there, it wasn't actually barbed.
Yeah, it was.
It was, but it wasn't that.
It wasn't as. They could have been. If it was a death match, there'd be a lot more in there.
Well, like they were doing a very good job of having that be as bloodless as possible.
Yeah.
Even though they still got fined for having any color during that match, whatever.
Well, that's because it was the state they were in.
Yes. I think they understood that.
No, this was AEW that got fined.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and I think they figured that out. But I still hold to my thing. The matchup did not need to be an unsanctioned matchup. You said that Moxley said throughout why it needed to be. No, they did not need to be an unsanctioned.
It was in his promos.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It was not.
Yep.
It did not need to be an unsanctioned matchup.
Because Kenny wanted it to be that way, and
no.
Moxley was like, "Fine, we'll do it."
No, it wasn't. It was Tony Khan who said it because they were beating each other up. That doesn't involve. No, it didn't need to be an unsanctioned matchup. Anyway, this would be more like an unsanctioned matchup.
Just straight up I Quit.
It's I Quit matchup because of who's involved. I can see them going to that level of where you could do that what they did with Moxley and Kenny last year, and this would be it's an I Quit matchup, but it's also unsanctioned. But
but I feel that the anything that's on that, if the title is on the line in any way, it has to be sanctioned.
Well, of course. I mean, but that's what I'm saying.
They wouldn't be able to do.
I know that,
but
that's what I'm saying. But you could do that, saying we're going to just have an unsanctioned matchup,
you could.
and you could even say I'm putting the title on the line. If you beat me, you're the world champion. Even if I have to come out on Dynamite and lay down and have you pin me,
so that it's official.
Yeah, I'll come in and lay down on Dynamite to make it official. To do it.
Vince Russo comes right out afterwards. John Moxley starts ripping John Moxley apart on the mic.
You'll never see that bastard in this company ever again.
He fires him at that moment. Moxley's like, everyone's just like, Vince, how did you even get in the ring?
Yeah. How did you even get past security?
Yeah, dude, you're fired. Moxley, get back out here.
So we're both in agreement. It's John Moxley.
Yes, it is.
So next
because
matchup,
it's Kenny Omega who's taking the belt off from him.
It should be. The next matchup, I don't care.
The Elite Deletion?
Don't care.
Yes, you do.
No.
We all care.
No, we don't.
It's the Elite Deletion match between Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara.
You mean broken Matt Hardy? Because he said he's going broken for this.
He might be going broken. He might already be broken.
I'm going with Sammy Guevara, even though I know Matt Hardy's going to win this one. Because Sammy should win this one.
Well, see, for me, I am going with Matt Hardy on this one.
I know you are.
Because it's a Matt match.
I'm not even going to go... Oh, that's why I know he's going to win it. But I'm going with Sammy because I'm going on the record. He should win this matchup. So, it's a cinematic matchup. It'll probably open the show, which is dumb. It should be on the pre-show.
Wow, okay.
Because when you have if you just have the wrestlers in the ring like they had at Double or Nothing,
Yeah.
of people around there and no actual fans, when you go and just play that, it may allow people to go to the bathroom and everything. But no, it breaks the tone of live in the ring.
That's why you start the show with it.
No, I didn't like when they did it with Britt Baker, and Big Swole's matchup. Didn't like that when they started, because you had this pre-show and then you're going to a taped one. Yeah, and the next matchup, the next matchup was an amazing matchup, which is how the card should have started. So this should be on the pre-show.
Okay.
Personally.
You know what?
But,
whatever.
Our next matchup is Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose for the AEW World Women's Championship. No one cares.
Wow, dude.
They literally threw this matchup in there because they don't have another woman to put in there. They can't put Britt Baker in there because they probably don't feel she's ready to have a big matchup yet after her knee.
Okay.
And they haven't done anything with Nyla really.
Anna Jay. I
No.
mean, she's able to scare Stu Grayson and throw him around.
Well, I'm saying, but they haven't built anyone
yeah.
else up. They haven't really given the women's division any real time.
Yeah.
They did the same thing with Thunder Rosa, and she's been saying that she's been waiting for AEW to give him a call again, and now she's dropped the NWA Women's Championship.
Yep.
Having that rematch for the NWA Women's Championship against Shida, which could have been here, which would have been better.
Maybe.
You can't, because Serena Deebs has that belt now, which is a worthy of that belt. But it's again.
No, they never actually fought for that belt.
Serena Deebs.
No, Shida and Thunder Rosa.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That should have been this matchup here. If they said to Billy Corgan of NWA saying we want to do a rematch between these two at Full Gear. This time the NWA Women's Championship will be on the line.
I don't think NWA would be okay with putting the belt on the line.
Well, Selena Deebs literally defended it last week on Dynamite.
Oh. Well, yeah, but actually
and
changing the belt.
No, you don't change the belt.
Yeah.
Thunder Rosa would retain at Full Gear. Because you
don't put champion versus champion from different companies on the line at all. It never works out.
Yeah, it can. But no one cares. She is retaining. And if Nyla Rose wins, I'll be pissed because they haven't done anything with her since she lost the belt. They gave her champion Vicky Guerrero, which was a good move.
Yes.
Awesome Kong would have been better as a manager to build up that whole I'm a beast.
Yeah.
Vicky can get heat like no other, but
very true.
They haven't done anything because they haven't devoted time with the women's division. So who are you picking?
I am also going with Shida.
Yeah.
Because I kind of feel that Shida's the better champion right now.
Oh yeah.
And for me, monsters in a division are only there to disrupt.
You can give them the belt for a little while.
Yeah,
but
they're not, Kane could have, according to canon or story, Kane should have never lost the championship ever because nobody can beat him. The same with The Undertaker.
Yeah.
The same with, it's one of those that it's like, okay, no, you put monsters in to disrupt the other championship storylines because you want it on this person. This is who you want this to be on, and they will always have it or they will always come back to it.
Well, the thing is, though, we even showed how to have a monster hold a championship with Undertaker.
Yes.
Because he was after a while, they stopped marketing him as a monster.
Right.
And once you do that, you have to stop Nyla Rose as a monster or a beast. She is a bigger woman.
She's better as being the monster.
right now. For right now, yes, because she's still new and everything. You can keep doing that. But you haven't, once you lost it, yes, she's gotten some wins on Dark.
Right.
Name one big, other than Sheeta, that she's beaten. Big Swole doesn't count because she's not as big. She's green as shit. Oh, yeah, Big Swole's got big future ahead of her.
Like, I really feel that the entire AEW women's division has a shit ton of potential.
Yes.
That just needs to get unlocked.
Yeah. And you're not getting it unlocked if you don't give them time on TV.
Right. Or even on Dark. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, even Dark's not enough there. But yeah, it's just, they threw this match together because it's like, oh, we don't have anyone else. But they want to put on Britt Baker. Britt Baker's literally the one to take the belt off of Sheeta.
Yeah.
And I think they want to save that.
And then immediately go into a program with Anna Jay.
Anna Jay they're saving. But yeah, so let's move on.
Okay.
The next matchup is Chris Jericho versus MJF, and if MJF wins, he's allowed to join
the Inner Circle.
And this is my sleeper match of the night.
Okay.
If anybody's gonna be a sleeper,
MJF is really good at like performing that sleeper match of the night.
If anyone's gonna beat Omega and Hangman match, it could be this one.
I don't know. I still have one that I really feel could suddenly blow things
John
out of the water.
Silver and Orange Cassidy's not going to do it.
I mean, John Silver alone.
No.
Flexing.
No.
Staring at Orange Cassidy.
It's gonna be
flexing.
It's gonna be a good match, but it's not gonna ever. No.
And then puts his own hands in his tights.
No.
And just stares at him.
So.
And licks his lips.
I'm going with MJF here.
Okay.
Because the better story is MJF actually joining the Inner Circle. What are you
attempting to take it over?
Yes. Actually taking it over, only then to find out that it's been a ploy this entire time.
Yeah.
To by the members to prove something to Jericho or whatever. But or even if he does take it over, and see, here's the story I would tell with this.
He retires Jericho?
Well, that would be one thing. I would be okay with that. But also it's like with MJF taking slowly taking over, Inner Circle members start winning big matches.
Yes.
And actually can get some other gold. Since Jericho lost the title, Jericho's not won a main event of a pay-per-view.
Nope.
So, yeah.
Why you got to be logical like that? Why you got to present something in a way that makes me go, wow.
It's a better matchup. And then having MJF say, he does what? Oh, I'm just gonna. I mean, you could do a good story, I think, of MJF not making it, and he really built his own faction to feud with the Inner Circle. But I think the story is better off with him actually.
No, I like him invading.
I do like him invading, trying to turn it over. Looks like he's taking it over and gets ejected, and then he builds his own stable to feud with the Inner Circle.
No.
But
I like him taking over the Inner Circle and retiring Jericho. No offense to you, Chris.
Well, no.
No offense, but you have reached that point in your career where do you want to go out on that high note?
Yeah.
Or do you want to hang on a little longer and run the risk of, like, Flair is an outlier when it comes to retiring at an older age out of wrestling, where he got to go out on the highest of high notes ever. I'm sorry, I love you. We need to we need to take care of this.
But yeah.
But Chris, you need to go, like, let MJF be that high note for you. Yeah. Have him look across the ring at you right at the end and have him whisper.
Well,
and have him whisper so that no one can see it. They can only read your lips. And it's, fuck you, Chris. And then he just lays you out.
See, I'm okay with MJF retiring Jericho from AEW.
Yes.
There's only one person who can retire Jericho.
Who?
And that is Lance Storm.
In New Japan.
No.
Oh.
In Canada.
Oh, my God.
Because
like Chris's official last match.
But before that last match, Jericho goes over to Japan and has one more match with Okada.
Yes.
Non-title, no match title on the line.
No. It's his farewell from from there.
Yeah.
The one last Painmaker versus the Rainmaker.
Yeah.
And have MJF retire him from AEW.
Yes.
Have Vince McMahon tell him, you're not wrestling in my company. And Chris go, that's good enough for me with WWE. And we'll continue moving on.
Yeah. But yeah. So MJF, who are you picking?
I'm choosing MJF.
Okay. Match number 8, we need to talk about.
Match of the night right here. 6 stars. All the stars. A billion stars match. And that's before the bell even rings.
No. I will say this matchup deserves to be in the main card.
Oh,
it got promoted to the main card.
I want to see how ridiculous this match will get.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be ridiculous.
How much of the Dark Order is going to be in John Silver's corner for this match?
Only Brody Lee, because
and Alex Reynolds.
Only Brody Lee, because he was out there when he
yes
for him.
Cassidy is of course going to be coming out with the Best Friends.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get one more matchup added to the card.
Okay.
Because who was it? It's been feuding with it's been Miro and Kip Sabian feuding with the Best Friends. I could see them adding that to that might be the pre-show.
Yeah,
the buy-in
that could
match.
be your buy-in match right there.
That'd be a good match,
especially since they've moved this onto the official card, and they haven't. There's nothing else. None of these other 8 matches are labeled as pre-show, and they've labeled them pre-show in the past.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Adam. You're confused.
Sorry. Buy-in.
Yeah, it's the buy-in. They put this. They actually care about these matchups.
I know.
Unlike WWE, just says, "Oh, we should probably have a match here."
And the weirdest part about like the WWE buy-in, their pre-show, their pre-show is that it like AEW. Yes, it is a lot of talk. It is a lot of going over matches. But theirs is like, oh, it's a talk show that gets interrupted by a 5-minute match
that no one cares about.
That, like, even the audience is like, oh crap, a match happened.
Yeah. Or they may be happy. They may be happy that something's happening in the ring because they're bored because they got there so early. But the worst part, don't care.
They choose like I remember for the longest time, most of these pre-shows would be talk. The last 15 minutes, they turn it over to a match.
Yep.
With another couple of promo like packages.
Yep.
The announcers say something, and then they go right into the actual pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like I liked that because it was like, oh no, we've got enough of the audience here. Let's throw the match out there. Put the pay-per-views up. The 2 major storylines, the main event and whatever their secondary event one is. Those packages go up. And then the audience knows that when it goes to black after that, the announcers are saying something, and then pay-per-view starts.
Yeah.
Now it's like, all right, well, we still literally have people filing into the building. Put a match out there.
Yeah. So, but this matchup does deserve to be on the main card because Silver has gotten over on being the elite.
Yes, he has.
So it's great to see them actually pushing him a little bit more now. He's not winning here. It's Orange Cassidy.
I know, but it's like I like the fact that the Dark Order moved like into being like they leaned into the slide on this one. They were like, no, you guys are clearly like, John, you're just having too much fun. You need to calm down. He's like, no, let's keep going with this.
There was from the last night on Dark.
Yeah.
He had a match.
I missed Dark last night.
Him and Alex Reynolds had a match, and he's in the ring, and there's this tall guy who's just like standing over him, and he's just like looking like what are you gonna do? And he's just like, and he's like,
just flexes.
There's another picture of this flexing, and the guy's like, he hits him on the ropes, something like that. And he's like, oh, I shouldn't have underestimated because of your height.
Yeah. Silver's a little Wolverine there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Silver's not winning this one.
No.
Actually, I mean, Orange Cassidy beat Jericho at All Out.
Yes.
You don't have him take a loss to Silver. As good as Silver is, and Bill, you can still get Silver over within the matchup, so it doesn't actually hurt. The loss doesn't actually hurt him. But Cassie here. If I had to pick a matchup to start the show,
Right here.
this would be the one.
Right here.
Yeah, this would be the one I would pick because
Because that's a fire match. Honestly, that is a match that can kick off your show, and you're like, all right, let's keep going.
yeah, that would be the matchup I would put on. And the last time they did this, which was the Big Swole versus Britt Baker. Supposed to be on the buy-in. They moved it to the main card and opened the show with it, which was a mistake because they immediately went into, I can't remember what it was, the next matchup. And
I don't remember either.
And it was on fire. It was the better matchup that should have opened the show.
Yeah. Yeah, if this is not the show opener, this is definitely the fourth match of the night.
Yeah.
This is definitely the mid, like, when you're seeing everything slow down, but the championship matches, like the big championship matches, are still coming.
See, I've always liked the idea, because I even did it with myself in my fantasy booking. I had the TNT Championship second
Open the
matchup.
show? Second?
Because I had the women's Casino Battle Royale open the show for my fantasy booking. And it got 61, which was actually because a lot of the women in there weren't that well known, but it was still actually a good rating for a women's matchup. Mayu Wanatami winning it and getting a future women's title shot.
Nice.
But then we had Cody, Hangman Page defending the TNT Championship against Cody in a ladder match, which got like a 74. So that probably should have opened. I even say that in like after I go through all the stuff on screen. Like, yeah, this probably should have opened the show, but I like the idea of the Casino Battle Royale opening the show first. And this actually built. It actually went. The rating segments went up, which shows a good thing.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing.
And I completely botched it with the best out of 7 with Jungle Boy and MJF.
Oh, why?
Because A, I didn't have 7 matches because I forgot to put one on. And then B, I decided that the computer decide who would actually win this because it's supposed to be tied, so each wins 3 matches. And yeah. So it was kind of messed up. Like 2 out of 3 falls would be the matchup.
Okay. That literally makes up for that one match.
Even though Jungle Boy, who won the match because the computer picked him, had actually already extra win over MJF at that point.
Oh no.
I should have just gone. I realized I always said that thing. I should have picked the winner here. I should have picked MJF because I've kind of botched with MJF.
Yeah.
The whole storyline Better Than You with Jungle Boy is a good story. But I botched it there, and then I decided to let them win it because I figured it would pick MJF. Should have known better. So I said, I will fix MJF when we come back in the future. I will fix MJF because I do want to use him. But yeah, I've botched MJF a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, that's our predictions for all out Full Gear, AEW Full Gear.
Yes.
We'll get there.
Okay. All right. I got to point this out. You said it was going to be 60 plus minutes. Mm-hmm. We are 7 minutes shy. We are 53 minutes from when you said that.
Well, it wasn't 60 minutes, so... Ha.
But it's damn close.
I knew it was going to be a longer predictions one because we had a few matches we had to talk about.
So we got like 10 minutes to go over everything else, which
right.
really is not that much.
Nah. So let's go through it.
Let's go through some two quick things right away.
Joey Ryan is still trying to be still being a douchebag. Oh, my bad. He's just trying to be relevant. Never mind.
I mean,
it's not even on there.
I didn't have that on here.
I know. I just wanted to throw that out there.
All right. Netflix is teaming up with WWE to do a Vince documentary.
A multi episode documentary.
I really kind of have a feeling that this is the test run to see whether or not a biopic will work for Vince.
It's always It's already in the works. They're already writing that script.
Yeah, but I understand that they're trying to write it and all that stuff, but I kind of feel that this will, because it's episodic, you'll see where more people are tuning in.
I think this is more to see if Netflix wants to lease network stuff.
Oh my god, finally.
Because
please.
I know there's apparently going to be some stuff on Peacock for WWE, apparently.
What is that?
That's
NBC?
That's Universal's streaming service, Peacock.
Okay.
So, but anyway, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. don't really
I mean,
care.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, so will I.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing, because the Undertaker series
yeah.
has been really good. Was really great.
But here's the thing. Here's the question.
Are we going to see something that in depth about Vince?
Who knows? But here's the thing. Because no one, it's not been clear. Is this gonna be Netflix doing it? Just working with WWE to get the material, like any footage, and
Or-
Netflix will put it together, or is it gonna just be a WWE thing that's gonna be airing on Netflix?
Exactly.
Because we're not gonna get those controversial stuff of
No.
like the Saudi Arabia deal.
Nope.
Questioning stuff like that. We're not gonna get that.
We're
regardless if
not
it's-
going to see the 80s Vince nearly ripping people off
No. Well, they'll
and stealing talent.
they'll cover it,
really
but
stealing
they'll
talent.
cover it, but it will be in the shine of
See, Vince is a smart businessman.
Yes, that's what it'll
Not Vince is a shark that was stealing.
yes.
Look,
Going
thank
back-
you so much for getting these guys over with an audience. I'm just gonna take them now and put them on a bigger stage.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing.
So
And then I'm gonna lay total claim that I created them.
yes.
See, I would like to see that.
Well, that's
type
what
of-
we won't. Not with WWE involvement.
No.
So, but it's. I'll hold out full judgment until it's
Yeah.
out there but I'll give it a shot. But anything that gives WWE more money and anything this way right now, I'm kind of like, ugh, just because of what they've done and
know.
what they're doing.
I know.
So,
All right. Chris Nowinski. You might remember him as the guy who had to retire from having too many concussions, and
yeah, that narrows it down in pro wrestling.
the guy who worked through a number of pro wrestling companies and the NFL regarding CTE.
You may actually know him from the guy who was the runner-up to Maven in the first Tough Enough.
I did not know that. I did not. Oh my God, he is. I now remember that. He actually had a better run in the WWE than Maven.
Yeah, I did. And Maven actually just returned to the bump last week. So, which is I thought was interesting. But yeah, so he
Whatever happened to that other tall guy that won?
Which one?
I don't remember. I know that it was still FCW when he won.
I don't know.
I want to say it was like season 2.
Season 2 with both women.
Okay, so it was season 3.
Oh, Matt, he retired. He had his half his head. He had like a brain thing, and he had to retire.
Oh dear, Jesus!
So yeah,
Sweet Mother of God.
he actually came back for the first time, and then he had another one or something like that. I think he may have passed
Oh
away.
yeah, I remember
recently.
that. Like he had a 1-year contract, and he wasn't even able to live through but like work through that 1 year because they were like, we found something.
And then he had a surgery. Then he came back for a little
Yeah.
bit, but I think he actually recently passed away.
I think so.
But I'm not sure.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. But anyway. But yeah, that's what he was known for. But when he retired, he became an expert on concussions.
Yes, he did.
Because it was affecting his life. He wanted to learn everything he could about concussions.
Yep.
And he's
become an expert
not just an expert
in the field.
Not just an expert. He is one of the experts. Like everyone talks like any sport that has major collisions, like NFL,
Yep.
hockey.
Yep.
They refer to his research and use him. And he's been signed to AEW.
Yes, as part of the medical staff.
Oh man, he's not returning to the ring.
No,
Damn.
he's not returning to the ring. First bump, he just dies. Forgets everything about his life, and he's just like, Mama.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's horrible.
He's part of their medical staff.
Yes.
Which means he's also probably gonna be working with the Jaguars.
Yep.
Football more than likely too.
Most likely. Now, also, this is in response to, well, kind of one person in particular, Matt Hardy.
No, two.
Oh, I know, but like,
Yeah, the first one, because of what happened at All Out with Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
And then him continuing after it was clear he still was.
and oddly enough, Alex Reynolds.
Yes, because he got knocked out in a matchup.
Yeah.
Recently. So, it was a smart move.
Yeah.
to bring him in.
Why not bring in the expert?
Because he's actually, I mean, he's an expert, not just an expert in concussions. He's an expert in concussions, dealing with pro wrestling too. So it's a great way he can come up with. He can spot things that
other people would not
for pro wrestling, related. So it will be a great thing to see him there. I'm glad that he actually he's used this to make further himself. He's always a smart guy. His whole thing was Harvard during the Tough Enough thing, and he was trying to turn that into a character, and he did for a while.
Yeah.
But he's a smart guy, so it's like not surprising that he was able to turn a life concussion and then just go there. So it's good to see him being brought in. I think more wrestling companies should use him.
Yes.
Because it could help a lot, especially with concussions and how what we've learned in the last 10 years.
Seriously, that's like.
Yeah.
It's like actually kind of ridiculous to think about that and be like, wow, it's been 10 years. Okay. It's only been 10 years. Damn.
So, all right. So what else do we have on there?
WWE is still trying to take the Twitch channels from their wrestlers. There is, both of us have debated over this for a little while. We don't really have the time today to debate on this. I'm just going to put down my thing, which is it's kind of their hobby. It's their off-time hobby, and if people want to donate to them, they can donate to them. At the same time, guys, I kind of feel that you shouldn't be using your stage name on your Twitch stream. You have a big enough audience, they'll recognize you no matter what.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, here's my thing. If you're using your WWE name, WWE has a right to some of the profits you get, because you are using the name that they have owned. They do not have the right to all their profits and giving you a piece of it towards your downside guarantee. No, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But we have some defectors from the batch.
Yes.
We've had a lot of people who've closed down their streams they have in Twitches.
AJ Styles.
Who are not doing it. They've closed them instead of signing them over. But we have some defectors. One is not going to be a surprise.
Paige.
Exactly. Her little
Paige here.
Her little comments of I cannot take this deal with this company anymore.
Yep.
She said last week. Obviously, and she's looking into unionization.
Oh, I love it
a lot more, which I love. The other one is a little bit of a surprise, but I can't say I'm too surprised.
Yeah.
Because she was also the only other person who's kind of looked at unionization, and that's Zelina Vega.
Oh.
So, which is cool. I'm wondering if Aleister Black is part of it, because it was their kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if he's part of it, or is it just her? I will say this: I do find it kind of hilarious, in a haha sense. At the same time, not shocking that two women are the ones that are violating this order, this edict, and the men are just kind of either just closing down and not doing it anymore, or will sign it over. So, yeah, I don't know.
I suggest to anybody that's on the fence, that just overall on the fence, shut down whatever Twitch you have in that name. Open up a new one under your actual name.
Yep. Because then WWE has to prove they own your real name.
Yeah.
Because they don't.
Then there's a whole lot of, well, it's a side job. Yeah, it's a side job. You're an independent contractor.
Yep.
You can do that. It's not interrupting what you're currently doing.
And I'm not using the name that you use.
I can sell my own merch through that.
Yep. But yeah, I'm glad to see people are violating this, because it's what they should do. What I'd rather see is everyone basically show up to SmackDown, because apparently there's supposed to be a big meeting that didn't turn out how they thought it was going to go. And I just want to see them all like, you know what, screw it, we're done with this. You literally say, Vince, you either relinquish that edict or we're not working.
Yeah, this is a walkout.
You will not have all the talent here are
Done.
walking.
Yep.
We will not return until you override it. You will not be able to do TV.
We are forming a union, and the only way you can get around this is to literally fire all of us, and we're still going to unionize.
Yep.
And then you're going to have to hire from the union.
Yep. And you're going to lose.
Oh, and you don't want to? Well, guess what? There's only about 40 people that won't be part of the union. and they're all terrible.
Or you're gonna have to call people up from NXT.
Yeah.
Who will more than likely won't cross the lines.
Yeah.
Because they may say, and you won't get the ratings. Your ratings will tank.
Oh yeah, because you
immediately.
won't have a show.
Well, not if you have a show, but if you bring your talent from NXT to do it, your ratings are gonna drop.
Yeah.
You won't get the ratings.
The
because
problem is, that not everyone's going to do that. You'll have people like Seth Rollins and probably
from what I've heard, and the rumors going out there,
Randy Orton.
is not like this is one of those things that across the locker room is agreed upon. This is too far.
Wow.
Like everyone's everyone's in the locker room is agreement. Like this is like what the fuck. You had the company people like Seth Rollins apparently. His name has been used, but like it said, they're all on this together. Like they're agreeing with this.
What?
So you could probably pull off like I would say, I think you would have like a Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins hold out on a walkout until it's like the last straw.
Yeah.
And I think they would walk out as commonality to the people.
Oh, probably.
When they realize, no, we've really reached the end of the rope where it's either walk out or we submit. And they would go do the right thing. But I think they would hold out to want to be the last straw. And I understand that too. But when you're demanding people who are not getting their traveling, and all that, and you're gonna say they get the money and it goes towards our guarantee, not extra.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
I'd be like, no. All right. And we do kind of have an answer. Remember Bound for Glory when we asked, where is Kylie Ray?
Yeah, well, where is she?
She quit.
Storyline, right?
No, she quit everything.
Wait, what?
Social media.
What?
Wrestling.
What?
She just quit. She was the better Bailey.
Oh, no. So, yes, she did show up in the city and checked into the hotel for Bound for Glory, but decided not to go. She did not show up in the show.
No venue show up.
And she put out on her Patreon saying that she is no longer a wrestler.
And then shut down her Patreon.
Shut down her social media. She's taking a break from social media because she just needs a break. And
except for Instagram. Like there's like one that she kept. Everything else is suspended.
Whatever. But she's basically saying she needs a break from social media. And she's no longer in wrestling. And she did apologize for anyone who she's not getting the stuff out before the Patreon purchase came through.
Yep.
She told people to feel free to unsubscribe from this because of that. And she did not give any reasons. Just so that she's not well. Yeah. And she needs a break. And she's done with wrestling. So only time will tell what this break is the actual permanent retirement. It sounds like it.
Yeah, right now it definitely sounds like it.
But she could, whatever's going on, she may need a break. And it's just a break from everything, and she will go from there.
Yep.
But time will tell. But the most important thing is, Kylie Ray, get better. Your health and well-being is far more important than anything.
Yes.
And as much as I would love for you to be actually to continue pro wrestling because you're awesome and your character is
I love
amazing.
The plucky underdog.
It's better for if you can't do that anymore. Do something that you can.
Exactly.
It's better for you. And definitely get better.
Oh, hell yeah.
But, yeah, so, which actually ties into another story a little bit.
Oh, for crying out loud. We don't have time for a story.
No, it's not a story. It's just another little thing. We now know what the original plans for the AEW Women's Division was. It
wasn't just sitting on their butts waiting?
No, apparently they wanted to build the entire division around Britt Baker. Who said that? I wonder. Me.
No.
Yeah.
Somebody. I think it was.
We're running out of time.
I think it was me.
No, it wasn't you.
Okay.
It was me. It was clear from the Double or Nothing, their first call. It was clear when she was the first woman announced.
I know.
So, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just like, it was clear as day that they wanted to build around her. She didn't get over as much as they thought she would.
Yep.
And it is what it is. But you know what? Her heel character is far better, by the way. far better.
Far better?
Far better.
I
than
like
Fish.
it a lot better.
Yeah. So, and I'm okay with her building the division around her eventually as the heel. Being that top heel in the division.
Yeah.
Because she just plays an awesome heel. And even Cody said, "You'll be an awesome heel." Overall, when she around her coming into AEW. So, but anything else?
Nope. That is everything this week.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard our predictions for Power Struggle and Full Gear, not All Out, because that was a few months ago.
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
So let us know down in the comment section what you thought of our predictions. Give us your own predictions for all those shows, and tell us who you thought shot John E. No, we don't care.
No, nobody really
don't
cares.
fucking care.
It was Tommy Dreamer
Yes.
with a lead pipe
Sure.
in the pantry.
Shut up.
Okay.
Since you're gonna be right there, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you've been listening to it over an hour and a half long, right?
Yes.
And you're clearly liking it.
Yeah.
So give us a thumbs up. And since it's right there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Ding.
Ring that bell.
Ding ding.
Okay, that was fast. And make sure you turn on all notifications so you know when all other content like fantasy booking, As the Buckle Turns, and nothing else go live.
There is other stuff that goes up every single week.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's
that's true.
Episode 100's coming up. Stay tuned, guys.
Yeah, okay. That too, stuff too, but no other wrestling content.
Yeah, no.
No. Not
Definitely not New England Wrestling Alliance presents Slammin' Saturdays every Sunday. No, not that at all.
No one cares.
Yeah.
We gotta finish this up. We gotta close this out.
Okay.
Oh, so Adam, you know what? Get bent. Like
Like
the dent
like
I put in
Mike?
your car. No, like the dent I put in your car on my way into the driveway.
you did what to my car?